Rise of the powerful House of Godwin. By the 1060s, the House of Godwin had become the most influential political family in Anglo-Saxon England. They had successfully built a significant power base, extending their control from their original earldom of Wessex across many other major regions of the country. Their rise began with Earl Godwin of Wessex, who gained immense wealth and influence under King Canute in the early 11th century. By the time of Edward the Confessor's reign, the Godwins were effectively the power behind the throne, holding vast swathes of land and commanding considerable military strength. Godwin's control over major earldoms. The Godwins' power was solidified through their direct control of several key earldoms. Tostig Godwinson, for instance, was appointed Earl of Northumbria in 1055, a strategically important northern region. Gurth Godwinson became Earl of East Anglia in 1057, further extending the family's reach into the eastern parts of England. Leofwine Godwinson also secured control over several smaller shires between 1055 and 1057, consolidating their influence across various territories. Upon the death of Earl Godwin in 1053, his son Harold Godwinson inherited the earldom of Wessex, which was the wealthiest and most powerful earldom in England. This inheritance gave Harold immense resources and prestige, making him the most prominent figure in the family and a leading contender for the throne. Mercia, the uncontrolled earldom. Despite their widespread control, Mercia remained the only major earldom not directly under Godwinson influence. This region was governed by Earl Elfgar, who held the title between 1057 and approximately 1062. To bridge this gap in influence, Harold Godwinson strategically married Elfgar's daughter, Edith of Mercia. This marriage aimed to forge an alliance and extend the Godwins' political reach into this independent earldom, which was crucial for national unity and defense. Upon Elfgar's death, his son Edwin succeeded him as Earl of Mercia. Mercia was strategically vital due to its central location and its role in defending against threats from Wales and the north, making its alliance or control important for any aspiring ruler of England. Godwin's power through political marriages. The House of Godwin significantly increased its power and influence through a series of important political marriages. Earl Godwin's own daughter, Edith, married King Edward the Confessor, directly linking the family to the royal line. Harold Godwinson himself engaged in strategic marital alliances, first with Edith of Mercia, daughter of Earl Aelfgar, and later with Edith the Fair, a wealthy and influential woman in East Anglia. These marriages helped secure regional support and consolidate his political standing. Tostig Godwinson further strengthened the family's international ties by marrying Judith, the daughter of Baldwin V, Count of Flanders. This alliance with Flanders, a powerful trading country in present-day Belgium, provided the Godwins with valuable diplomatic and economic connections across the Channel. King Edward's challenge to Godwins. In the 1050s, King Edward the Confessor actively sought to reduce the overwhelming dominance of Earl Godwin and his family. Edward, who had spent much of his youth in exile in Normandy, naturally turned to his Norman friends for support against the powerful English earls. Some historians believe that it was during this period that Edward may have promised William, Duke of Normandy, the throne of England. This potential promise was a direct attempt to secure Norman backing and create a counterweight to the Godwins' power, ensuring a succession plan that bypassed the powerful English family. Edward's efforts to assert his authority led to a significant confrontation in 1051, when he attempted to exile Earl Godwin and his sons. This move, however, proved temporary, highlighting the immense challenge Edward faced in curbing the Godwins' influence without risking widespread civil unrest. Godwin's exile, powerful return. the struggle between King Edward and the Godwins culminated in the family's exile for a year. This period of banishment was a direct consequence of their defiance against the king's authority, particularly after the Dover incident in 1051. However, the Godwins did not remain in exile for long. They returned to England with a formidable fleet, demonstrating their enduring power and popular support. This show of force put immense pressure on King Edward, who was reluctant to plunge the country into a civil war. Ultimately, Edward pardoned Godwin and his sons, allowing them to regain their lands and positions. This capitulation underscored the Godwins' formidable strength and the king's limited ability to control them, setting the stage for the eventual succession crisis.